Well, hello my beauties and welcome to my channel. Today my summer favorites of the summer of 2018. So, do you want to know what have been my holy grail, most favorite of the favorite product that I used this summer? Then just keep on watching. So I was initially going to film my monthly favorites, but I saw some videos fly by in my YouTube news feed, or you know, the this is nice for you part, that people were doing their summer favorites, and I thought, oh, that's a good idea. So I'm going to steal that idea because I can. So instead of doing my monthly favorites of the month of August, I am doing summer favorites. And yeah, I have a lot. And my initial setup was like I do my favorites, you know, where you have your fails, your okay products, and then your favorites. So I had it all laid out on my desk and categorized, of course. But it was so much that I thought, no, I'm just going to stick to my favorites of my favorites, if that makes sense. So I have a list here and I hope I don't forget anything. And yeah, let's just get started by order of application. I think that's the easiest. Oh yeah, if you have a channel, I tag you now to do a summer favorite, because I would love to see everybody's summer favorite. I always like to see favorites, but do the summer favorite. I want to know what your holy grail favorites of the favorites products are this summer. So let's dive right in. I don't have favorites in every category, but if I don't have any favorites, I will let you know. So if you are wondering about this look, I did film it. It's part of a few looks one palette series that is coming. So maybe you can guess by the color scheme what the palette is that I'm working with now. If you know, leave it down in the comments and see if you're right. But another thing, before I forget, do not forget to check my description box in my in the Get Ready With Me that I did last Saturday. I mentioned the shout outs that I have, or not just me, but that my group has every week. And unfortunately, I do not know who the shoutouts are. I am pre-filming this. I'm filming this on Saturday. I don't know who the shoutouts are for this week. So please check the description box to see who the shoutouts are. And also check my homepage on YouTube, where you have the featured channels. Those channels are the shoutouts of this week. Go check them out, send them some love, and if you like them, please hit the subscribe button there and the bell. Oh, and also do that same thing here. I'm fun. At least I think so. Anyway, let's get started. Oh god, that cracked me up. Let's start with primers, because that's the first thing that I use on my face. And if you have been with me for a little while, you have seen these two on my channel, and yeah, they're just fantastic. I have a priming spray from Catrice. It's their Prime and Fine Multitalent Fixing Spray, and it says, prepares the skin, improves makeup wear and refreshes complexion. Let's go over that. Prepares the skin. Yeah, I feel it does. Improves makeup wear. I don't know. Refreshes complexion. Yeah, if I'm feeling a bit dry during the day and I spray this on, it makes my skin feel nice. They have three. They have a white one, a pink one and a purple one, and I have the purple one. This is my second bottle and it's almost empty again. And for me, this is a great dupe for the MAC Fix Plus. I said that already, but in case you haven't seen me before and this is your first time seeing me, great dupe for the MAC Fix Plus. Okay. So this one I like to spray on my face as a primer, because it makes a sticky base and it really helps to stick the foundation to my skin, especially here on my cheeks. I have a problem with foundation sticking on my chin, and finally I have found something that works. Priming spray. So maybe you can do something with that information. I also have one from Revolution. It's their Aqua Base Priming Spray. This one is also great as a primer. I use this one as a primer when I am wearing a foundation that is a bit mattifying. So I just want to add extra moisture back in my face. I also use this one during the day to spray when my face is feeling dry. I do have to say, as a finishing spray, I use both as a finishing spray as well. This one from Catrice gives a more luminous finish than this one. So if you like the MAC Fix Plus finish, go for the Catrice one. Okay, that's that. Next up are foundations, because that's my next step. So foundations, I have a lot of foundations. I will link my foundation review playlist underneath the cards and down in the description box. But I have a bunch, and a new one is coming this Friday. I have already filmed it, edited, it's good to go. So that one is coming as well. But out of all the foundations that I have here, the one that I reach for most, especially when I'm not filming or not testing out a foundation, is the Maybelline Superstay. I do have to say that you can see it is a bit too dark for me now, but I do have lightning drops somewhere. I just got some lightning, oh yeah, here they are. I have some lightning drops from Catrice. I haven't tried it yet to lighten up this foundation, but when I do, I will let you know in a review roundup how those lightning drops work and if they do what I want them to do. But yeah, this one is a bit too dark for me now. It's a great summer color, but now it's too dark for me. So if the lightning drops don't work, I will get one in a lighter color so that I can use it in the winter as well. It stays on all day. Go watch the review I have on this one because it's fantastic. Oh, and in case you're wondering, my skin type is normal to dry. So if you have a dry skin, try this one, especially with a hydrating primer underneath. It's fantastic. Okay, next one is one that I shouldn't mention yet, if I'm being honest. I have it on today. It may be a little bit too yellow for me, but I think it's okay. But this one is new. This is the third day that I'm wearing it, and it is just already a favorite. Unless something goes horribly wrong between now and the time that I am ready to film my final review. Yeah, what was I saying again? Oh yeah, in case it goes horribly wrong between now and then, this one is also a favorite of mine, and I thought it would be. It is the L'Oreal Infallible 24 Hours. And the thoughts that I have now, the feeling that I have now about this foundation after wearing it for 3 days, is that I'm actually liking it better than the Maybelline Superstay. Yesterday I reapplied sunscreen on top of it, and it was a pretty emollient sunscreen, and it held up really nice. So I'm very, very impressed with this foundation. I have mine, oh, the Superstay is the color Fawn that I have now. That's my summer color. This one is the color 150, Radiant Beige, and it may be a little too yellowish for me, but they didn't have my right shade in store, or the shade that I actually wanted to get. But yeah, you know, again, I think it looks nice. It feels nice, so I will do a full review on this one because I know not everybody likes these types of videos, so I will be doing a full review as well, and it will be as I usually do it. I will show you in natural light. I will show you how I apply it in natural light after a few hours, and I will, with this one, because I know this one can handle it, will be reapplying my sunscreen on camera so you can see how it performs. But yeah, that's number 2. And I'm probably rambling already. It's probably going to be a long video. The brush that I really like to use to apply my foundation with is this one from BH Cosmetics. It's their number 3. I do have to say it soaks up quite a bit of product, and to combat that, I spray my brush with priming spray. I just spray it so it's damp and then it soaks up less product, but it's really soft. I can stipple, I can buff a little, but that's not the brush's fault. I'm just not really good at buffing. I'm learning, and I'm getting better at it. But yeah, but this is my favorite foundation application brush. And then I go over it with, excuse the way it looks. I used it this morning. But then I go over it with a damp sponge. And that is my favorite way of applying foundation. Unfortunately, I do not have a holy grail favorite concealer. I have ones that I don't really like, and I have one that I'm testing out from which I love the formula, but I do not really like the coverage. So I don't have a holy grail concealer yet. So I'm skipping that one. But I will show you my favorite brush for applying concealer. That's this one from Maybelline. It is their 142, and again, it's dirty. It's because I used it this morning. But yeah, again, I really like this brush. It's nice and small, and I can just easily tap it on. And this one I sometimes also spray, especially if I have a concealer that's a bit more drying. So I spray it a little and then just tap it on. And then go over it with a beauty blender or my fingers. So that's my favorite way of applying concealer. Next, we are going to go to eye primer. I have two, and I like them both equally. Well, I love them both, actually. Why do I love them? First off, they're cheap. Second, they work really, really well. This one is from Revolution. It's their Focus and Fix. And this one is from Catrice. It is their eye foundation waterproof eyeshadow primer in matte. They also have a pearlescent one. Well, they should have it, but I cannot get, they don't sell it in stores where I live, so I got the matte one. And the nice thing is, what do I want from an eyeshadow primer? I want a sticky base. And the reason I want a sticky base, because I have hooded eyes, and if I don't have a sticky base, my eyeshadows, and it doesn't matter what kind of quality it is, even the Juvia's Place eyeshadows, rub off here in my crease, unless I use a sticky eyeshadow primer. I tested them both, and I love them both. This one gives a bit of sheen to your eyeshadows, and this one is just matte. Today I used the matte one, the Catrice, and sometimes I want a little bit of a sheen here. Sometimes I like that, and then I go for the Revolution one, and if I just want matte shadows, especially here, I go for the Catrice one. If you can find them in your store where you live or on the internet, go check them out, because they are both great, and I think this one is actually a bit cheaper than this one. They are my favorites. I don't need to try a high-end one because I have these two. I'm sorry, I cannot compare them to high-end because I don't use high-end. So if you have like the Urban Decay, the one everyone is raving about, eyeshadow primer, try one of these two and let me know how they compare, please, if you would. Pretty please. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, the next one is, did I forget this? Yeah, okay, it does not really matter. As I said, my skin type is on the dry side, and at the height of summer I needed to powder my face, especially if I'm using a luminous foundation, because I like luminosity but I don't like shininess, if that makes any sense. And I found that I prefer to have a satin finish or even slightly matte finish. I find that I like that the best, especially for filming. So at the height of summer I powdered my face. Now, because the weather is turning, it's getting more cold, it's really getting, well, autumny here where I live. I usually only set places that need it, so underneath my eyes, depending on the concealer that I'm using, sometimes here, and sometimes around my jawline and this part, because I sit like this a lot of the time, or like this when I'm editing, and a lot of foundations just rub off there. Then that is why I set them to prolong the wear. But the powder that I love to use is the Catrice Nude Illusion Loose Powder. It's a translucent loose powder. It's just a white clear powder. This one is transparent matte. But anyway, I really like this powder to set underneath my eyes. I only use a tiny bit, so it doesn't get crappy. But yeah, it is a great powder, and not too expensive. So I am glad about that. I have had that, yeah. Next up, let's go brows. As you can see, my brows are not that big. And I tried brow pomade, and I liked brow pomade. I needed to learn how to work with that, and I had a really tiny brush for it. But I do have to say, my favorite way of doing my brows is a two-step system. First, I use this one with the spoolie. I just do everything up. You will see it in my Get Ready With Me that went up last Saturday. I do my brows on camera, so you can see. This is from Catrice. It is their Slimmatic Ultra Precise. Wait, let me get the new one because it has rubbed off what it says. The Slimmatic Ultra Precise Brow Pencil Waterproof. The tip is 1.5 millimeters. My color is cool brown, I think, 040. It's a new color, but it's fantastic. It has a spoolie on one side, and I always throw away the cap of the spoolie because I hate the cap. I always lose it. But it's very tiny. It's a very tiny point. Wait, let me pull it up more. It's a very tiny point, so you can be really precise. The only downside is it doesn't contain that much product. Does it say? Wait, 0.05 grams. I don't know how much that is. I'm sorry, I don't know. But yeah, you go through it pretty quickly, but you know what? For the price, it works wonders. It is not, it stays on. I don't know if it's waterproof exactly, but it stays on really well. For me, it's a good color. They have a bunch of colors, and yeah, why do you need a high-end one if you can get a cheap one that works just as well, maybe even better? So if you have this ultra precise one from Catrice near you, you can find it in your shade. Check it out. I love it, and I already got a backup because I don't want to run out. The next product that I use on my brows, which I really love, and I talked about this in my July favorites, is this one also from Catrice. It is their Brow Colorist Semi-Permanent Brow Mascara in the color dark. They have 3, light, medium, dark. I freaking love this stuff. I will show you the wand. And this is why I love it. It's a small wand. It's actually a bit too long for my brows, but still I can really easily work with it. It is a nice color. It keeps my brows largely where I want them, and the color is good. Did I say that? Well, when I got this, I told you, I said so in my July favorites. This one claims that it will color your brows in, no, what did it say? I got rid of the packaging, but it said that it will color your brows with consistent use in about a week or two, in 2 weeks. It didn't do that for me in 2 weeks, but I did see a difference a little later on. In about 2.5, 3 weeks, I was like, wait, are my brows darker? And yeah, it does stain them permanently. It doesn't stain your skin, but it does make your brow hairs a bit darker. So that's very, very nice. So actually it does what it claims to do, which is weird, kinda. But yeah, I really, really like this one, and when I'm out, I'm definitely going to repurchase. Okay, let's go to bronzer. I can be quick. I don't really have a holy grail bronzer. I have a bronzer that I use all the time, but that is actually because I like shimmery bronzers, and that's the only bronzer that I have that is dark enough for me. I also have a matte one, but that's from NYC and only still available in the Netherlands in some stores. What do I have here? I don't know. In some stores. So yeah, I use a bronzer because I have one, but I don't have a holy grail. I honestly don't know if there is a holy grail bronzer. Because if the color is nice and you can buff it out nicely, that's actually all I need from a bronzer. But yeah, in case you are wondering, the one I am using is from Milani. It looks like this. It's one of their baked bronzers in the color 05 Soleil. That's the one I use. I do, however, have a favorite brush for applying my bronzer. This one is one I have been looking for a long time. And I found it at the Action. And if you live in the Netherlands, you probably know about the Action. Action is like a dollar store, I think. Well, not really like a dollar store because not everything is $1, but it's one of those stores. They sell some makeup there, including Max and More, the lipstick brand that I mentioned in my lipstick declutter. But I found a brush there, and I'm in love with it. This is the shape that I wanted, that I searched for. And I have something similar. That's this one from BH, but it is a lot smaller. The shape is the same, but I wanted a big one. And I couldn't find one in my price range big enough for what I wanted. And now I found this. It was 90 cents. So if you live in the Netherlands or you have an Action store, go check it out. I don't know the brand. It came in just a plasticky clear box. I don't know it, but I'm getting more. But I love to apply my bronzer with this. You can also use it as an overall powder. But again, depending on the foundation, I usually don't need that. But it's really nice for applying my bronzer. It's very, very soft. It shed one hair on me. And I have some other brushes that I washed a few times that are still shedding, which were also a lot more expensive. So yeah, I freaking love this brush. Okay, next, let's go to blush. My favorite blush I have here at home is from Essence. It's from their Adventure Awaits summer collection. This is no longer sold, unfortunately. This is the color Wanderlust Feeling. I loved it so much I broke the lid. So it's broke. But I freaking love this color. I love a blush with a sheen on it. And this is the color. Don't mind this one. This is not part of the blush. But this is the color. It's so pretty. Very pigmented. Stays on all day. I love it. But I don't use it on my channel because no one can get it. That is why I went looking for something similar. Well, I have quite a collection of blushes now. But the ones that I am most impressed with are these. These are Catrice blush boxes. They are new. I have two, as you can see. This is the color Burgundy. Oops, this is the color Burgundy. I have it on my cheeks today. And this is the color Berry. And this one I used in my in the Get Ready With Me I posted last Saturday. So there you can see this one in action. They freaking stay all day. The colors are very, very pretty. They are inexpensive and they have a lot of colors. These are matte. They do have one shimmery color. These are matte, and as I said, I like a shimmery blush, but I have a solution for that. So again, I was looking for a dupe for the Essence one. I will swatch the Catrice Berry one here. This is the Catrice Berry, and as you can see, it's a lot more pink than this one. And here is the Burgundy one. Now, I did put a lot on my finger, and this one is actually too brown for that one. Let me come here, get open. Another piece broke off. Of course another piece broke off. I will make it a little bit more deeper so you can see the difference. So these are the colors and they are not really the same. But when I do something, if I go this one, this is a berry. Let me just do something. And now I put it on pretty heavy-handed. So let's go over it with the blush a bit more. And then I get a similar effect. It's not the same, but it is close, especially when I put it on my cheeks. How did I do that, you may ask? I did that with my favorite blush highlighting palette. It's this one, Excuse the Shine. This one is from Revolution. It's from their Renaissance line, and this one is called Radiate in Rose, and this is what it looks like. It contains a mirror, but you have 3 pinky shades. You have a dark pink, which is gorgeous as a blush in itself. Then you have a light pink, which is perfect as a highlighter or a blush topper. And here you have a white with a pink base that is just also gorgeous as a highlighter. So sometimes I go like that with my brush and just use it as a shimmery blush. Sometimes I just use only this color. Sometimes I go with my fan brush over it and use that as a blush topper. I have it as a highlight on today, and I think, did I do a blush topper? Let me see. Yeah, I think I even used it as a blush topper today. So I freaking love this formula. It's so pretty. They have 3. They have the pink one. I think they also have a bronze one and maybe a gold one. Very pretty. I love shimmers. I'm like a magpie. The brush I use, that I love to use for my blush is this one. It's also from BH Cosmetics and it has a point. What I do is I dip the side in the brush. I dip the side in the blush like so. Then I tap off excess and then I pat on first, just like I do with my eyeshadow, and then use the tip to buff it out. And this is just my favorite brush to use for blush. So that is that. Next up, eyeshadows. Can you guess? Well, if you're new to my channel, you probably cannot guess. Well, maybe you can guess, but the people who watch me a little bit longer, I think you know what 2 palettes I'm going to get, right? The Hasina one and the Slush palette. I have done reviews on both, full reviews on both. I have done 2 videos on both with 5 looks. And if I have room underneath the cards, I will link them there. Otherwise, you can find them down in the description box. Just fantastic. I did so many looks with these palettes. I combined them as well. So I will also link my Playing with Color playlist, where I do extra looks with these palettes and where I also combine them. I will go like this, because I don't want to break the packaging. The top one is the Slush palette. I will go back. The top one is the Slush palette with the yellow background, and the bottom one is the Hasina one. And they're just gorgeous. You can see the palettes are used and well loved. And yeah, those are my favorite eyeshadow palettes of this summer. These are the ones that ever since I got them, I couldn't stop using them. It's just, they were so, especially the color story from this one was so inspiring for me that I had actually trouble creating my 5 looks because I didn't know what I wanted to start with. But yeah, it compares very well with other palettes. As I said, I compare it a lot with the Hasina one, and they're just my 2 favorite palettes of the summer. Okay, and what do I apply next? I apply next eyeliner. And the eyeliner that I love and that I use, well, almost every time is this one from Revolution. It's their Renaissance Flick. It's really nice to hold, and you can shake it. This is the tip. It's just a felt tip applicator, and you can do fine strokes. Let me see if I can do a fine stroke. Something like that. And you can press it down and do a bold stroke. It dries down to a matte black. It's a nice deep black color, and unless something really strange happens, it stays all day. I do have to say, usually I stop my eyeliner here, just a little bit above the ending of my top eyelid, if that makes sense, because I have a scar here, and I get teary-eyed really fast. And when I get really, really teary-eyed, it does fade away a little, but otherwise it doesn't budge. And I like how easily I can create, well, eyeliner with it. And I already repurchased the replacement. So yeah. Oh, if you have one of these, store them like this. That way they stay good the longest. Is that good grammar? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Yeah, so next up is mascara. And yeah, I am wearing Falsies. I love Falsies. I love how they give some extra dimension to my eyes and hide the fact that I have a little bit of a hooded eye going on both sides. So I love them. They make me feel pretty. They make me feel happy. And I do not wear them every single day. There are days when I just don't feel like doing Falsies. They're rare, but I have those days. But yeah, also because I love to do eyeshadow tutorials, and I know not all of you wear false lashes. I want to show you what the look looks like without false lashes and just with mascara and liner, if you want that. So I need a mascara. And also for the days that I don't wear Falsies, I just want a nice volumizing mascara. And the one that has been my favorite for years is this one. It's the Instant Volume Boost from Essence. I do have to say, when you first get this one or any other mascara from Essence, they are a bit watery. I find that I like them best after I have used them for a few days, maybe a week. They have dried out a little bit, and that is when I really, really like my mascaras. And this one just gives me a nice volume. I do not need length because my own lashes are quite long, but I do want volume. So that is why I use this one. It says smudge proof. Yeah, for a period it is smudge proof. If it gets a little bit too old, it starts to flake a bit more. Intense black, yeah, that it is. Unfortunately, it's not waterproof, so that is a bit of a bummer. But yeah, I love this one. It's still my favorite mascara. I'm trying out some others, but still, this is still my favorite. So that was my mascara. Next up, we were talking about Falsies. My favorite Falsies from the summer. Ever since I I found them, the only reason I won't wear these on camera is because they are downstairs and I'm already filming, and I forgot to bring my lashes up with me. And I'm then actually too lazy to go downstairs and get them. So that is the reason that sometimes I do not wear these. But these are the ones from Catrice. They are new. I think they have them for about a month now, something like that. But it's the Lash Couture, the hashtag Insta Volume Lashes. It's the box with the pink backing. I will open it. It looks like this. They also have a few other styles, but I have the pink one. And they are like the Ardell Demi Wispies. The hairs crisscross a little. They are tapered here and then flare out at the ending, and I just love them. They are cheap. That's a plus. They are very comfortable, and yeah, they last for a very long time if you take good care of them, clean them, pick off the old glue. You can wear them a very, very long time. The only reason I'm wearing a new pair now is because I was a bit too rough with my lashes and I broke one. I had a new pair laying around, so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to throw them away, put on a new pair. What else you have to remember is that because they are cheaper lashes, when they get a little bit older, they lose their curve a little bit. So just make sure that your glue is nice and tacky, and maybe wiggle it a little bit so you get the curve back. Speaking about glue, my favorite lash glue to use is the Duo Lash Glue. I just have the white one, and I needed to learn how to use it because the first time that I used this, it didn't want to get dry. It just didn't want to get dry. And then I just watched some tutorials on how to apply glue to lashes, because I just didn't know. I didn't know how much glue to use, and I used another glue from well, actually the glues that came with the eyelashes, I used that went really well, although at the end of the day they were a bit, it was like the glue was deteriorating. It would just get all goopy and yucky, and I did not like that. So I thought, you know what, let's try the Duo glue again. What I do now is I have a glass lid here. I just put some glue on the lid, spread it around a little bit, let it get tacky, and then use the back of the tube to apply it to my lash, the false lash, before I plop it on my eye. And yeah, that is how I apply my lashes. But yeah, this glue is easily removable from my lashes. It's also easily removed from my eye, so I'm happy it doesn't pull out my eyelashes. So yeah, it's a great glue, and I'm glad that I got it initially, and when it's empty I will repurchase. I love this stuff, so that's nice. What else do I have? I think we're going to Lippies. Oh, it's okay, I'm not talking that long. Yeah, let's go to Lippies. I have a few here. I picked the ones out of my collection that I reach for over and over again. If you have watched my lipstick declutter video, I go in that video, I will link it somewhere in that video. It was a collab video, but in that video I show you my lipstick collection, my lipsticks, my glosses, my liquid lipsticks, and I swatch a lot so you can see how they look. But there I also tell you which are my favorites. And what I did now is I picked out the favorites of my favorites. So not only formula wise, but also color wise. So it's a tiny one, but otherwise, if I go through everything I kept, we will be here tomorrow. So yeah, let's start with this one. This one is from, I'm holding it like this because otherwise you are blinded. This one is from Clinique. It has a pink bottom and it has a silvery, shiny silvery top. That's why I'm holding my fingers like this, so you will not be blinded. This is a mini, and yeah, you know, my budget is drugstore. This one is very, very expensive for me. Even the mini, it was now about 9 euros. Oh my god, that's expensive for a lipstick for me. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. I love this color. Do I have room? Yeah, let's put it here. I love this color. Look how gorgeous. I also love the formula. I'm very, very glad that I got this one. I am very glad that I got a mini, because I don't think that I can pan every lipstick that I have. So I'm glad I got the mini. You know, it's and I also like it. It's so cute. It's like this big. I like minis. But yeah, this is from their Pop matte line. This is the color Graffiti Pop. I really like it. It stays on for a very, very long time. It's just such a gorgeous summer color. I love it. Next up is from Catrice. It's one of their velvet mattes. I have two. I love the formula of the velvet matte, but I picked this one because it's also my favorite color. This one, it's the color 070 Into the Rosewoods. It dries down. It's a very, very pretty color that can go summer, winter, fall, you name it. all year long. This is the color, and I just love this color so much. It's so pretty. The formula is so comfortable, and it lasts all day. So if you can get Catrice and you see their velvet mattes, check them out and pick up the color that you really like. The other color that I have from Catrice I also really like, and I kind of, yeah, it's actually also a favorite. I'm just going to plop it in. It's the color 20. I don't know the color name anymore because it has rubbed off, and I did use this one a lot during the summer. So this is the color 20. Also the same formula. It is a bit more orangey based, but it's very pretty. Oh yeah, ignore this. This is a swatch of something else. Next up are, well, actually only Essence. I like cheap. These two. This one is new. This one is a little bit older. This one is the Vinylicious, the Color Boost Vinylicious, and this one is the Color Boost Mad About Matte. This is new in stores. I don't know if they are in the US yet, but they are coming for sure. I will start with this one. This is the color Pink Interest 03. I have another one of this, a red one, but this is my favorite. This is just such a pretty, it's not really a bubblegum pink, but it's so fun, it's so summery. I love this one. This one is a combination between a liquid lipstick and a gloss. So it stays shiny, and yeah, it doesn't dry down. That means that it does rub off and you have to reapply during the day. But I just freaking love this. I love the formula, I love this color. It's just my favorite, and I hope that when it's empty, they're not out of the collection, but maybe I need to stock up. I don't know. This one is also a favorite, and this is not specifically the color that I picked, but more the formula. The Mad About Mattes are fantastic. I will swatch this one. This is just so gorgeous. Oh god, this one is so gorgeous. This one and the red one are actually my favorites. This one is 05 Dangerously Yours. Look at this color. It is a mauve nude or something, but it's so pretty, and I wore this one so often. It is so pretty. So this was one of my summer favorites as well. In my lipstick declutter I also showed you the brownie one, the nude. I also like that one, but this is my favorite. Next up we are coming to glosses. I have two glosses, but it's one formula. This has been my favorite for a few years. This is the Essence Shine 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 in number 7. This is my second tube. I don't know the color name anymore, it has rubbed off. This is also a bit of a brownie pink, this one. It's a gloss, it's my favorite still. I love this color. It's really comfortable. Well, it's a gloss. Most glosses are comfortable, but this gloss doesn't stay gloopy. It's just a nice gloss, you know. If you see the Shine 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 formula in stores, and I know they sell this formula in the US as well, go check it out. If you're in the UK, I'm sorry, I don't think you can get it, but I'm not sure, to be totally honest. But if you can get it, go for it because they are fantastic. This one I want to mention because of the color. It's the same formula. It's also from the Shine 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 line. It's a new color, but I freaking love this color. And because the weather is turning a little bit, I am gravitating also a lot towards this color. This is an orangey one, and it's so pretty. I love this. It is so pretty. So yeah, this is because of the color. I love orange lipstick. This is a favorite of mine. It's an orange gloss, so I'm happy. I have a hair on my hair, I think. Yeah, something like that. The last one is a bit of a weirdo, but then again, so am I. This one scared me, and when I put it on, I was immediately in love. So technically it is not supposed to be in my summer favorites, because technically we are getting towards, or no, wait, we are still in summer officially. You know what? I'm just going to mention it. It's one from Essence. It's one of their Vibrant Shock lip paints, and it is the color Night Stalker. The Get Ready With Me that went up last Saturday, I used this color. It's just, from the moment I put it on, and I cheated, I used it the day before to see if I was comfortable enough filming with it. But from the moment I put it on, I was so in love with this color. It is so freaking gorgeous. Do I have room? Yeah, I will make room. It's so pretty. It's such a pretty blue. And I just love it. It makes me feel so pretty when I'm wearing it. It's just insane. It's this one. It's so nice. It's so unbelievably pretty. The only thing I wish is that it would really dry down. This stays a little bit tacky, not uncomfortable so, but it transfers a little. And if I blot it, you lose the intensity a bit. So that's the only thing that is, yeah, that's just a little bit sad about it. But if I can get this color in a nice formula, nice matte formula, or maybe a holographic, because this one, it keeps a sheen on top of it. It's really pretty. But maybe if I can find this in maybe a bullet lipstick formula or something, then I can put it on top. I will find it and I will buy it and I will love it and pet it and call it George. But yeah, I freaking love this color. Yeah, I do need to reapply because it transfers a little bit. But you know, to be totally honest, yes, I wish it would dry down completely, but I'm actually happy to reapply that color because I love it so much. And I never thought that I would love a dark blue lipstick. I also want a green one. They don't have a green one. Yeah, they do, but that's more of a shimmery green, and I don't know if I like that. I want something like this in green. I will find that. Yes, I will. But yeah, this was my summer favorites. And yeah, also do not forget to check out the description box. Oh, and I forgot to mention something. I do have a code with Shop September Rose. I will list it in the screen. It's also down in my description box. It is Raven Queen, all capital letters. Those are the big ones, yeah, right? Yeah, capital letters. And then you get 10% off if you buy from Shop September. Oh, if you buy from September Rose Cosmetics. That was the slush palette, by the way. It's not an affiliate link. It's just, you know, everyone likes to save money. And I'm glad that you are able to use my personal code to do so. So yeah, I am signing off. Yeah, I don't have, do I have it? No. Yeah, I'm signing off now. I need to stop talking. I'm going downstairs. I'm going to drink some coffee. I'm going to eat because I'm hungry. And then I'm going to make sure that this video can get up on Monday. I hope you all have a great day, great evening, great night, wherever you live. And I hope I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.